शांति शांति शांति। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते, रामं रमेशं भजे। रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमो, रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं, रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे, भो राम मामुद्धर। हरि ओम। ओके। मंगलमूर्ति मारुतनंदन, सकल अमंगल मूल निकंदन। पवनतनय संतन हितकारी, हृदय बिराजत अवध बिहारी। मात पिता गुरु गणपति शारद, शिवा समेत शंभु शुक नारद। चरण कमल बंदौ सब काहू, देहु राम पद नेहु निभाहु। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। बंदौ राम लखन बैदेही, यह तुलसी के परम सनेही। यह तुलसी के परम सनेही। बोलिए पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। So we will chant Sankat Mochan also, and if it freezes, I will try to come back and start from where we left off. बाल समय रवि भक्ष लियो, तब तीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारो। ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को, यह संकट काहू सो जात न टारो। देवन आनी करी बिनती, तब छांडी दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में, कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाली की त्रास कपि सब से गिरी, जात महाप्रभु पंथ निहारो। चौकी महामुनि साप दियो, तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। कै द्विज रूप लिवाय महाप्रभु, सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में, कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। अंगद के संग लेन गए सिय, खोज कपीस यह बन उजारो। जीवत ना बची हो हम, सोजु बिना सुधी लाय पगुधारो। हेरी थके तट सिंधु सब तब, लाय सिवा सुधी प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में, कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण त्रास दई सिय को, सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो। ताहि समय हनुमान महाप्रभु, जाय महाराज निचर मारो। चाहत सिय अशोक सो आगिसु, दय प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में, कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बान लग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के, तब प्राण तजे सुत रावण मारो। लय गृह वैद्य सुषेण समेत, तब गिरि द्रोण सुबीर उपारो। आनी सजीवन हाथ दई तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण युद्ध अजान कियो तब नाग की फांस सब गिर डारो। श्री रघुनाथ समेत सब दल मोह भयो यह संकट। Okay, sixth verse onwards. बंधु समेत जब बंधु समेत जब ही रावण ले रघुनाथ पताल सिधारो। देबहि पूजी भली विधि सोयह हम बेचारो। जाय सहाय भयो तब ही यही रावण सैन्य समेत सम्हारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम वीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को जो हलालील से अरु घरी लाल लंगूर। वज्र देह दानव दलन जय 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 कपिसूर। Hari Om. So I know the internet is bad today, but let us try what best we can do. Let me just try once again. Hi, you can stop the screen share. Okay. Hopefully it should be better now. But let us see. This is what we should learn to do what we can do and surrender the rest. Okay. So we are seeing Sankat Mochan Stotram. As we saw, Sankat Mochan is a prayer to Hanumanji. It's a prayer that may Bhagwan guide us to think clearly. Now this Sankat, the word Sankat in English would mean difficulty. This difficulty is seen differently by different people. Somebody might say, inability to get something in the world is my difficulty. Somebody says, there are situations in my life which are going haywire. I don't know what to do. That is my difficulty. Another person might say that Bhagwan, I'm a seeker, I'm a devotee, and I'm trying so hard to cultivate qualifications in me, but I'm struggling there. That is my difficulty. So, whatever be the difficulty of this person, having understood the nature of Bhagwan as the one who is all powerful, the one who is all knowing, the one who is the creator and the creation, we put a humble prayer to him that, oh Lord, may you come and help me in this difficulty. This sentence we should keep remembering again and again, that Bhagwan is not only the creator, but he is also the creation. So any part of creation that I want something from, either as an object or as some circumstance, some situation, or even qualifications in me, I should pray to the one who is the Pati, means the Lord of creation. So with that bhava, we study and chant Sankat Mochan. And more I understand this ashraya, that the support of my life should become Bhagwan, the more calm and peaceful my life will be. Other supports which I try to hold on to, if I analyze a little bit, I will understand that they are very uncertain supports. Although they are giving me some support, but I don't know when it will start shaking over. So with that, we try to hold on to a stronger support, which is our Hanumanji, through this stotram. In the last class, we saw that the word ignorance meant something at two levels. One was a grosser form of ignorance, where I take myself as different from totality. I take myself as someone who can live independent of totality. And that is where we saw that form of ignorance will not help us too much. Example was this 5 elements in this body. I consider it to be different from the total 5 elements, and so on. And this itself is a great sadhana, which should come with time to us, that seeing oneness even at the level of grosser expression, either of the body or mind or intellect. And we saw a simpler way to look at this, and that was, even if we take a family as a total, the individual always has to tune to that total. We saw Kaikeyi's example. The moment she said, I'm different from this family, I will think only about me. That is when Sankat came in. Then we went on to the second verse, where the scene shifted to Kishkinda. That is where Sugriva and Vali, the two monkey kings, were living. And because of some misunderstanding, Vali was after Sugriva's life. And he made him run all over. And finally, they came to Rishyamukha Parvat, where Vali had a curse that he cannot come to that mountain. Then what happened was, Sugriva tells Hanumanji that, Hanumanji, you go down and see who are those two people. They see Bhagwan Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji coming, and Sugriva gets afraid. Then Hanumanji goes down as a Brahmana, and there he meets Bhagwan, and he tries to recognize Bhagwan in 3 ways. The first method that he uses is through his eyes. He says, you are like a Kshatriya, but you have so tender feet. Why are you roaming in this forest, facing all these hardships? Then he tries to do another guess at who Bhagwan is. And he says, are you one of those 3 devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha? Or are you Nara Narayana Rishi themselves coming here? Then he takes the role of a bhakta and tries the third time. And he says, are you Bhagwan yourself, who has come to destroy the samsara of everyone here? And the point where we stopped in the last session was, Bhagwan only tells Hanumanji that I am son of Dashrath Maharaj. Sita ji has been taken away from us. And this is my brother Lakshmana. Only with this, Hanumanji recognizes Bhagwan and falls at his feet. That is where we left. So it is interesting for us to just look into this incident a little more and see, how could Hanumanji recognize Bhagwan? So if you read the Chaupais there, Bhagwan as though put a secret code in his introduction. And in that secret code, what he had said was, Nama Rama Lachimana Do Bhai. Nama Rama means Rama Nama. Wherever a devotee has done Nama Japa, there Bhagwan says, you will be able to recognize me. This was that secret code where Hanuman used to constantly meditate on Bhagwan Ramchandraji, with his name always on his mouth. And when he actually saw Bhagwan, and Bhagwan introduced to him as Nama Rama Lachimana Do Bhai, that is when he recognized that I have found my master. Now a little bit about Nama Mahima. There is one chaupai in Tulsi Ramayana which says, Samajuta Sarisa Nama Arunami Priti Paraspara Prabhu Anugami Nama Rupa Dui Isa Upadi Akata Anadi Susamuji Sadi. Means Goswamiji says, Bhagwan follows his name. Because Nama and Nami, it seems they're always together. Right? The name and the person named. So they are always together. So Goswamiji says, wherever there is name, Bhagwan says, I follow right there, wherever my name is being taken. Priti Paraspara Prabhu Anugami means Bhagwan comes walking. Where there is Anugami, you can see, he has come walking only actually in Kishkinda Kanda. And after that, Goswamiji says, Nama Rupa Dui Isa Upadhi. Now you see, as a seeker, our main problem is Nama Rupa. Means the world of names and forms are so enchanting that we always have this question, when will I get over this fascination? So Goswamiji says, instead of that Nama Rupa, take Nama of Bhagwan, Rupa of Bhagwan will come to you. Such a beautiful way he says that Nama Rupa Dui Isa Upadhi. Means hold on to this name and you will reach Bhagavan. And in Vishnu Sahasranama, we have seen the glory of Ramanama. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Means Ramanama is so powerful as chanting thousand names of Bhagavan. Somebody says, Ramanama, it is Saguna Brahma. I am a follower of Jnana Marga. Is it also a sadhana for me? How does it relate to me? This is something we have been discussing over a few days in different study groups. That sometimes when a lot of terms come in, they start seeming like they're different things we are speaking about. But actually it is not. Same Nirguna Brahma, when it takes a form, is called Saguna Brahma. Aparoksha Atma itself is expressing as Saguna Brahma. Goswamiji gives an example. He says, when you see a log of wood, fire is already inherent in that wood. All that is needed is that fire should come out. So that fire inherent in the wood and the fire which is expressing are not two different things. One is Nirguna, another is Saguna when it becomes manifest. And even if you see Upanishads, this sadhana is given there also. Where is it given? In Kathopanishad. That when Nachiketa ji asks Yamacharya ji, tell me about that truth which is beyond all pairs of opposites. So he says that is Om. You follow Om Ucharana, Om Mantra, it will take you to Saguna, it will take you to Nirguna. Both of it will take you to. Etad evaksharam brahma, etad evaksharam param, etad evaksharam nyatva yo yadichati tasya tata. Means whatever you want, it will take you towards that. Same Omkara from which this entire creation has come about here is presented as Bhagwan Rama. Okay, so they are not different things that we are talking about. It's the same Advaita Brahma, which is expressing in different ways. Now Goswamiji ji, as though, gives a logic, but his logic is very beautiful. It's unlike logic which is used in other places. His logic is, dipped in love. It's like Bhagwan Shri Krishna arguing with Yashoda ji, saying that I did not steal the butter. He gives logic, but that logic is so nice to hear that you feel good, just listening to that logic. And what is the logic here? He says, Bhagwan Rama's name is greater than Bhagwan Rama himself. Bhagwan's name is greater than Bhagwan himself. राम का नाम बड़ा है यारो राम जी से, राम की महिमा गाओ यारो भक्ति से. Means Bhagwan's name is greater than Bhagwan. So he says how. So Goswami ji gives first logic. He says Bhagwan Ramchandra ji purified Dandaka forest where he roamed around. But Bhagwan's name has purified so many minds. It has made so many minds beautiful. And we know that our mind is also like a forest. Sometimes we don't know what is happening, where we are, how to come out. The way looks so unclear. So that is power of Bhagwan's name, that it will make this forest of my mind pure and help me come out of it. Then he gives another logic. He says Bhagwan Ramchandra ji killed few Rakshasas, Kharadushana, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. But Bhagwan's name has killed so many Rakshasas in our own mind. And we know how powerful our inner Rakshasas are. Right? The negative tendencies or vasanas. If we try to face them on our own strength, they will just defeat us. That is where Goswamiji says that Bhagwan Ramchandra ji killed Rakshasas outside, but his name has killed so many Rakshasas inside. And then he gives another logic. Okay, third logic now. He says Bhagwan Ramchandra ji uplifted great devotees like Ahilya ji, Shabri ji, Jatayu ji. So he says, but Bhagwan's Nama uplifted even dacoits like Valmiki ji. So now he says, Bhagwan, you tell me who is greater. Is Bhagwan greater or Bhagwan's name is greater? So this should be a motivation for us to take up this sadhana. And so many bhajans have been composed, so many saints have sung this advice to their own mind, that, oh mind, let go of the other things which you are holding on to, take Bhagwan's name. Rama japo, Rama japo, Rama japo bhavare, ghora bhava nira nidhi, nama nija navare. Means in this whole ocean of samsara, our boat is Ramanama. Puja Guruji taught us Bhagavatam during the course, 1.5 months, or rather 2 months, every evening, 1.5 hour Bhagavatam. And Guruji mentioned some beautiful insights into Nama Japa. He said many seekers come to him and ask about sadhana. What sadhana we should do. And he said sometimes when we tell them too complicated sadhanas, they say we cannot do it. Okay, because it's too difficult to do. The most easiest sadhana and the most effective is Nama Japa, which he said sometimes seekers fail to recognize its power. That how powerful that sadhana of Nama Japa is. And it is not, he said, an ordinary sadhana, but it's an extraordinary sadhana. One reason why it is so great is it never asks for your current qualifications. Wherever we are, we can start doing Nama Japa. And another beauty is whether I know the meaning of that name or not, it will still give its result. Jani Nama Ajani Line. So that is the beauty of this Nama Japa. Just like a fire will burn no matter whether I know the nature of fire, whether it's hot or not. In the same way, Bhagwan's Nama, taking Bhagwan's Nama will give its result whether I know the full import of that name or not. This, he said, is called Vastu Shakti. Means it's the power which is inherent in that name itself. So somebody might ask, should I do only Ramanama Japa? I was doing Krishna Japa, so now should I start Rama Japa? No. Whatever Japa you are doing, keep doing that. Okay, it is the same Bhagwan who is being worshipped in different forms. Whichever Ishtadevta we can connect to, we should connect and take up this sadhana. Okay, that is the glory of Nama Japa. So this is how Hanumanji recognized Ramachandraji. Okay, that is where we started. And now Hanumanji does pranams to Bhagwan Ramchandraji. And Bhagwan asks Hanumanji after giving his introduction, who are you? This is where Hanumanji says, Bhagwan, I can understand if I ask you, who are you? How can you ask me, who are you? Because Jiva can be ignorant. Jiva can ask Ishvara, Bhagwan, that Bhagwan, who are you? But if Ishvara asks Jiva, who are you? Then how can that be? You know, we should look at it in a little more subtler way, that there is one Shanti mantra that we chant in beginning of Samaveda Upanishads, which says, Ma ma brahma nirakuryam, ma brahma nirakarot. Means, may I not deny Bhagwan, and may Bhagwan not deny me. May I not deny Bhagwan, and may Bhagwan not deny me. This is a similar incident where Hanumanji is asking, Bhagwan, may you not deny me. What does it mean to deny Jiva by Ishvara? What we are praying here to Bhagwan is, Bhagwan, may my faith be protected. May my faith in Shastra, may my faith in path of Shreya, those who are listening to Guruji's Katopanishad, may my faith in this Shreya Marga be protected. Even though I might have lot of material prosperity, may my value for satsang be protected. It's only by Bhagwan's grace that we can cross over this, ocean of samsara. So that is our prayer to Bhagwan, that if these things get moved away from our life, that's as good as getting denied by Bhagwan. Okay, so that is our prayer to Bhagwan, that even if we are ignorant, may your grace always be on us so that we can come back on the path of Shreya. Now, after this dialogue, Bhagwan is standing there with Lakshmanji. He gives, he lifts Hanumanji, and he's so happy to see this devotee who has recognized him. But he says something very beautiful. He says, Hanumanji, I love you twice as much as Lakshmanji. Now imagine, Bhagwan is meeting Hanumanji for the first time. And Lakshmanji has served him for 13 years in the forest, all, fully devoted to Bhagwan. And somebody whom he is meeting for the first time, Hanumanji, Bhagwan says, I love you twice as much as Lakshmanji. Imagine if it would have been one of us, how we would have reacted. But Bhagwan is a master. He will say things in the right place, in front of right people, in the right way. Because he knows Lakshmanji is very tuned to his thoughts. Whatever he says, Lakshmanji will understand, and he will not have any doubt why Bhagwan has said this. Why he says that is that Lakshmanji was Dasa. Dasoham, that was his bhava. But Hanumanji was even Dasa of Dasa. So he was Dasa Dasoham. He not only was devoted to Bhagwan, he brought other people also at the feet of Bhagwan. He brought Vibhishanji, he brought Sugriva. All of them, he used to bring them to Bhagwan. So he said, I love you twice as much as Lakshmanji. And later we see Hanumanji serves Lakshmanji also, right? So that's why Bhagwan says he is twice as dear to you. Now Bhagwan says a beautiful thing that Hanumanji, I will tell you a secret now. That the whole world says, I am Samadarshi. Samadarshi means one who is equanimous to everyone. But Bhagwan says, that is true, but I am more, or the one who serves, to that person, I am more favorable to. Or put it other way, the one who serves me is very dear to me. So that is what Bhagwan says here, Sevaka Priya Ananyagati. So it is like that fire which is giving warmth, but if I go closer to fire, I get warmer myself. And this is where Bhagwan says, who is a Sevaka? Okay, who is the one who is my devotee, who is my Sevaka? So beautiful Chaupai, which we should keep it in our head if we can. It says, So Ananya, Jake Jasi, Matina Tarai Hanumanta, मैं Sevaka, Sacharachara Rupa Swami Bhagavanta. So he says, Hanumanji, my devotee is the one who has this firm conviction. Okay, firm conviction about what? That I am the servant of the Lord who is appearing as this entire creation. Okay, I am serving this Bhagwan who is appearing as this entire creation. Now, if we understand this aspect, means any part of creation that I am serving, right? Either at my work, at my home, if I have that vision that this is Bhagwan's form, then I am all the time devotee of Bhagwan. Bhagwan says such a person who has this mati, firm conviction. So Ananya means Ananya Bhakta. Jake asi mati na tarai Hanumanta means he doesn't have any doubts and he's not wavering on this conviction that sometimes he feels maybe Bhagwan is appearing as his creation. Sometimes he feels no, it's not like that. So that mati is very firm. Who says this person is very dear to me. That is Bhagwan's advice to Hanumanji and all of us to become devotees of Bhagwan. Then Hanumanji shows a great quality, which is of a true friend. Now imagine Hanumanji has come down, he has met his master, he has gotten the embrace of Bhagwan, love of Bhagwan. Everything is good in his life. But then he remembers that my friend Sugriva is in distress right now. So this is where the Sankat Mochan shloka comes. Kaidvija Rupa Livaya Mahaprabhu Sotuma Dasake Soka Nivaro. So he says, Bhagwan, you removed my shoka now. Let us go up to the mountain. There is another devotee waiting there who is Sugriva, whose shoka also you have to remove. This is the nature of a saintly person, a devotee actually, because in Narada Bhakti Sutra it is said, Satarati Lokan Starayati. Means he himself crosses over and helps others also to cross over, like our Gurudev, where he came down to help us, move forward on this path. And Sugriva was very afraid still. He was feeling that, I don't know if Bhagwan will accept me. I have done so many things and I sent somebody in disguise to talk to Bhagwan. But Hanumanji becomes that bridge between Sugriva and Bhagwan. He tells the stories of both the sides and makes a bond of friendship between Sugriva and Hanumanji. So in this way, he helps Sugriva come out of his sorrow. And Sugriva, as though, sees a light of hope after a long, long time, that now everything will be better in my life. Now, a little bit about what is this second cause of sorrow. Second cause of sorrow. The first one that we saw in verse 1 was ignorance. The second cause of sorrow is our own karmas. And the first realization that should come to us is we are living a very precarious life like Sugriva, not knowing when this Vali, who is this karma, can come and hit us. Vali is that symbolic representation of karma, that wherever you go, this karma will follow you. Okay, that is the beauty of karma. We won't go too much into details, but just if you think a little more, it will be more clear of how this karma follows us wherever we go. And sometimes when bad karmas are there, we want to get over that situation quickly. But when good karmas are showing their results, we know that they are also going to change at some time. So this is the maturity of a seeker, where he starts looking at karma itself as bondage, right? So then he says karma and karma phala, both of it, I need to come above it now. This is when he starts praying to Bhagwan, who sends teacher, who sends scriptures, who sends Vedanta in his life. And then helps this seeker come out of karma bandhana. We chant in Guru Stotram, right? Aneka janma samprapta karma bandha vidahine. Then Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So that karma bandhana is what is shown here as our second cause of sankat, second cause of difficulty. So with that much, we will move on to the next verse, which is another scene where we'll chant the verse, then we will go there. But before going there, if you have the book, then do read that story Pujya Swami Swarupananji has given about how to come out of these karma bandhana. Simple answer is we should do satsang, what we are doing, and keep doing it more and more. But there is a story that Swamiji has beautifully presented there, and I don't think anybody can tell that story in a way even close to how Swamiji can tell it. So please do read it and enjoy that story. We will chant the third verse now. अंगद के संग लेन गए सिय खोज कपीस यह बैन उजारो जीवत ना बची हो हम सोजु बिना सुधी लाय इहा पगुधारो हेरी थके तट सिंधु सब तब लाय सिया सुधी प्राण उबारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. Now, this is a scene where Bhagwan Ramchandraji is sitting in Kishkinda, and Sugriva has been called back from his kingdom to lead the search now for Sita ji. So all the monkeys have assembled there, and Bhagwan is sitting with Lakshman ji, and different teams are being sent in different directions. The north team leaves to their mission. East and the west teams also go their way. And then the south team comes now to do pranams to Ramchandra ji before they head on their mission. And this is the team which has the key players. It has Jambavan ji, Angad ji, Nalanila, and it has Hanuman ji, of course. And Hanuman ji waits until everybody does pranams. Pache Pavana Tanaya Siru Nava means he did pranams staying at the back. After everybody does pranams, he did his pranams. And then Bhagwan gave mudrika to him, and all of them went over. And as they started going, all these monkeys were very, very enthusiastic. They would catch any Rakshasa if they found on the way, catch him and, hit him all over, tell him to say Ram Nam sometimes, make him dance for some time. And then not having gotten some information, they would not leave anybody. If there was a rishi, they would do pranam and ask, more of where is where is the location of Sita ji and more details. So like that, they were very enthusiastic, and they searched all of the forests. They crossed the rivers, went across the mountains, very, very enthusiastically. But suddenly, what started happening is they entered into a very dense forest, and once they got inside, they were cut off from all other resources. They were finding it hard to get food. They were finding it hard to get water. Until then, they even forgot their body, because everyone was so enthusiastic, like, getting ready for a marriage. At the house, sometimes there is so much enthusiasm, you don't even feel the exhaustion that you are working so much or anything. But suddenly, what started happening with them is, when nothing was being seen, that even after so long, they did not see any sight of Sita ji. And Sugriva had given them an ultimatum that come back within 1 month. They started remembering that and started losing hope. So gradually they started becoming depressed, disappointed. Hanumanji saw this, and he said, if I also try to be in the same way, that's not going to help any of us. So then what he did was, he climbed a mountain, and from that mountain he saw far whether there is any source of water. And there he saw there was a cave where lot of birds were entering. So then he estimated, made a guess, saying that if birds are going inside, there must be water there. So then he came down and said, let us all go to that place. And then when they go inside, Hanumanji says, everyone says, let Angadji go inside because he's our captain, right? He should lead us all inside. Angadji says, I'm done with caves. I don't enter caves anymore because my father entered once and had a lot of problems. So our family and caves, don't go very well. Hanumanji, you go ahead. So Hanumanji goes ahead and leads the team inside. So this is where Goswamiji says, Aage ke Hanumanta hi linha. This is where we learn a lot about qualities of a good leader, looking at Hanumanji. So if you ask the question, where should a leader be, right? Leader should be in the right place. When everything is going well, the leader can be at the back, supporting the team, making sure they're going ahead. But when the team needs him, then he should come in the front and lead that team. This is what Hanumanji shows us, that when it came to doing pranams to Ramchandraji, pranams to Bhagwan. So what I was saying was, a leader should be in the right place. Okay, so when it comes to doing pranams to Bhagwan Ramchandraji, everybody loved to do, be with Bhagwan, be close to Bhagwan. So Hanumanji is at the very back. He does pranams after everybody is done. But when it came to entering this cave, there was a lot of uncertainty there. You didn't know what will happen inside the cave, who is there. So that is where, good, no problem. So Hanumanji has this ability, he has that skill, but he doesn't have this urge to make it expressed at every step. So he can bring it out whenever it needs, and he can pull it back whenever he needs it. Okay, this is another quality we learn from Hanumanji. And he has this ability to rise above a situation and look at it from a higher level. That is where that mountain we saw, right? When everybody was dejected, everybody was depressed, he said, let me rise above and then look at a situation and see if there is any solution out of that situation. So these are some great qualities we can learn from Hanumanji here. And somebody might say, these are all qualities of a leader. How does it relate to me? We might not lead a very big team or be a CEO or very top uh, in a position where we are having to lead a lot of people. But we are leaders to somebody or the other in our life. Either it could be in family, that somebody is looking up to us as a leader, or it could be in a smaller group where somebody is looking up to us as a leader. So Hanumanji is as though teaching us over here of how to come out and how to be a good leader. So now they enter a cave, that cave where they had seen birds entering. All of them go inside and they see a beautiful garden out there. It had a spring, it had a pond, and so many beautiful flowers, lot of fruits. It is called Upavana. Okay, Upavana is something which is man-made, but it's very beautiful. And they don't start immediately eating any of those fruits. Although they are monkeys, they wait there and they see there is one ascetic sitting there, and her name is Swayam Prabha. When she asks them about what happened, so they explain whatever happened and why they are here. So Swayam Prabha as though asked them, so you are searching for Sita ji? So monkeys say, yes, we are. So she asked them, how are you searching? Are you searching with your eyes open or eyes closed? So all the monkeys said with eyes open. So then Swayam Prabha says, Sita ji is the form of Shanti, form of devotion. So close your eyes for some time. I will tell you how to find her. So then as though everybody closes their eye and Swayam Prabha takes them further. And when they open their eyes, they find themselves at the shore of the ocean. Okay, this is where all the monkeys are seated right now. Then what happens is, once they reach the shore, everybody still starts thinking about what is going to happen next. They start remembering that 1 month ultimatum which Sugriva has given. And then they see the ocean in front, that even if we go ahead, there is death for us. Even if we go behind, Sugriva is going to kill us. This is their sankat. Jivatana bachi ho ham soju, bina sudi laye iha pagu dharo. Means everybody is now very afraid. They see only death hovering around their head right now. What happens at this stage is Angad breaks down. He's the captain of this team. He starts feeling very scared. But everybody tries to console him that Angad this is not the time to break down. We can still do it. We should be more supportive and think positively in this state. Jambavanji gets up now because he is the senior most member of the team, and he as though raises their spirits. He says, don't think of yourself as ordinary monkeys. We are devotees of that Bhagwan who is the Lord of this entire creation. Think of it in this way, that we are doing his work, and if he has given us something, we will definitely get it accomplished on his strength. So like this, Jambavanji tries to raise everybody's spirit. And while they were discussing this, there was a vulture. His name was Sampati. He was the brother of Jatayu. He comes there and looks at all these monkeys who are trying to, remember or try to figure out how to go ahead. And Sampati says that I will guide you ahead now, because they all tell him about Jatayu's story, what happened to him, how he was there. with Ramchandra ji, Bhagwan when he came, how he uplifted Jatayu ji. Sampati ji reminds these monkeys that your Lord Bhagwan is very, very powerful. That look at me, because he didn't have his wings, Sampati. He says, when I was young, I had this lot of overestimation about my strength. So I tried to fly close to the sun and got my wings burnt. But now that Rishi, who had found me, had said that when these monkeys come, your wings will start coming back again. And they were coming out, like his wings were back to how it was before. So he says, look at your power of Bhagwan. With his power, you can do whatever you want. So then what happens is, after hearing to Sampati, everybody gets this enthusiasm more. They feel that something is there that we can do. So Sampati tells them that this ocean is around 800 miles long. You'll have to go there and find Sita ji and come back and tell to Bhagwan Ramchandra ji. Now they start estimating each one's strength. So Jambavan ji comes first and he says, now I have grown old. When I was young, I used to be so powerful that when Bhagwan had taken Vamana Avatara, become so huge, I had gone around him twice. That was my strength. But now I don't think I can use my strength anymore. Angad ji says, I can go, but I'm not sure of coming back. And some other monkeys also estimate their own strength, but everyone falls short. Now everybody remembers, where is Hanumanji? We are all telling about our own strength, but where is Hanumanji now? Hanumanji was sitting behind with his eyes closed, doing Rama Japa. Now Jambavanji comes and tells Hanumanji about his strength. He reminds him as though what is his power. So that we will see whenever we meet next. Okay, so we will pause here. And today we saw the glory of Nama Japa, right? So we will sing one bhajan on this Nama. So it says, Bhagwan's name is very sweet. All that we need to do is just take it. राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. That let somebody sing and see whether it's sweet or not. Try it yourself and see. And Bhagwan will comes, and Bhagwan will come. You call and see. Okay, that's what this bhajan says. राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. ये मन है भगवान का मंदिर, मैल न आने देना, हीरा जन्म अनमोल है, इसे व्यर्थ गवाना देना. राम नाम की मोती कोई लुटा के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. जिस मन में अभिमान बड़ा, भगवान कहाँ से आए, घर में घोर अंधेरा है, मेहमान कहाँ से आए. राम नाम की ज्योति कोई जला के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. आधे नाम पे आ जाते हो, कोई बुलाने वाला, बिक जाते हैं राम कोई हो मोल चुकाने वाला. कोई शबरी झूठे बेर खिला के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले. सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम 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 कहिए, सीताराम कहिए, सीताराम कहिए, सीताराम कहिए, सीताराम कहिए, जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए, जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए, जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए। बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम, श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।